welcome to Bears That Bake, baking for the everyday bear.
Yeah, today we're making
bourbon bars
with a very special guest, Kyle. So these are boozy and minty and chocolatey, all good stuff, right?
All good for dessert. Like a bourbon mint bar.
And it has like a million cups of sugar in it and butter.
Butter.
All the best you need. Sugar, butter, chocolate, bourbon. What more do you need in dessert?
Yeah. Super. And this is an easy thing to do.
It was very easy, actually.
Yeah, you can definitely make this. This is not something that's gonna like kill you. But
yeah,
there are a lot of steps.
Yeah, even filming was only an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Not so bad.
See?
Yeah.
We're just that good.
Maybe that's it too.
Alright, so if you want to see how we make these, keep watching. Alright, ingredients time. Bourbon bars.
Okay. Of course you'll need the namesake for the bars, the bourbon itself.
Whichever you prefer, I guess. Whatever your favorite bourbon.
Not Jim Beam.
Doesn't matter as long as it's bourbon.
I don't drink any bourbon, so they didn't tell me what kind of bourbon to get. I just got one of the cheapest ones.
It'll work. It'll definitely work for this. You also need a lot of the typical standbys for dessert. You've got butter, eggs, mint flavoring for the middle layer. This dessert is it's a 3-layer bar. The bottom layer is sort of a brownie consistency, a chocolate brownie cake. The middle layer comes out to be a mint cream layer, and then the top layer is a sort of hardened chocolate layer. So it's a little complicated. You have to do 3 separate layers, but it's definitely worth it.
Something Andy's mint.
It does kind of come out like that, yes.
With booze.
With the most important ingredient, yes.
You know who loves Andy's mints? Like anytime we go somewhere, he's just like
That's the of the piece.
dumps the whole thing in his like pants pocket. Sweet. Okay, so we're gonna start making. So do we do the in that step, the bottom, the middle?
Yep. It takes three major steps. You make the bottom layer first. It has to cool, so that when you put the mid layer on top, it doesn't melt. Because the mid layer is temperature sensitive, so you've got to let the first layer cool. Then you put the middle layer on, let that cool, because then the top layer is also a very melted chocolate layer, so that has to rest on something cool in order to solidify in order. So it does take a little time.
He's trying to test us with this.
I'm giving you guys a challenge.
This craziness. Challenge accepted, sir.
It's worth it. It's worth it, though. I think you guys will enjoy it.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so we're going to start making this, and then, stay tuned.
You feel more process.
Alright, so we're doing the first bit. Right?
You're in a production meeting now.
Yeah. We were trying to think about how to do this, but I just started recording, so whatever. Yeah, so we need 2 tablespoons of water.
Yep,
right?
2 tablespoons of water, yep.
Half a cup of sugar?
Yes, half a cup of sugar.
Half a cup of sugar. 1/3 of a cup of butter. Yep. So you're going to melt all of that first?
Yep, that all gets melted together first.
And then
then once it's melted, once it's cooking, then you put in most of the rest of the ingredients: chocolate chips, vanilla, eggs, baking soda, salt, and the flour.
Okay, sweet. All right, so we're gonna splice all that in. Okay, so we're gonna melt the butter in there. Right?
Yep, we melt the butter in there.
BTB dip. Make the butter smaller so it melts faster.
Yeah, you always want to. Don't just stick the huge block of butter in there. You know, cut it up and so it's easier to melt. Don't be a savage.
Melts a little faster.
There you go. All right, so we're gonna melt this, and then we're gonna throw everything else in, and then we'll just like slice that in and show you guys. Yeah, cool.
So now that the butter and the sugar and the water are all boiled and melted together, now we put in the chocolate chips and the vanilla.
The whole bag?
Nope.
Oh.
I love chocolate, but that would be a little too much. So
why are we doing this then?
The butter and sugar make up for that fact, okay? So
yes, of course. You've got the all-important sugar and fat.
So 1 cup of semi-sweet chocolate.
Yep, correct.
I wish we had like stats for our show. Like how much chocolate have we used?
Oh, interesting.
It's a lot.
Actually, you should keep track of that. Actually,
I know, right? And have like our annual BTB stats.
We can barely keep up our website. How are we gonna keep up?
How many fuck ups have we done?
How many retakes?
Oh god. How many meringues have not worked out?
God, I'm sure that's a lot.
Well, now it's Silver Daddy. Now we don't have to worry about it.
Oh yeah,
our
KitchenAid, our Silver Daddy.
It's perfect.
Yeah. Meringues? Sure. Bring it on.
All right, so now we've got that in. We stir it until the chocolate is well melted. And then after that, we go on to the next step of the ingredients, which should be 2 eggs, I believe. Yes.
Okay, like 2 whole eggs?
Yep, 2 whole eggs.
Okay.
Yep.
Look at this.
We have plenty of.
Yeah. That's all this house has.
That's a Spanish sauce of the day.
Right. Huevos means eggs. It's also slang for custard.
Alright, so we're ready for these. We're going to add the first egg and we're going to mix that in. And then we add the second one.
I mean, you can just stop here and do this, basically. Just pour yourself a glass of the bourbon.
Just make sure to leave enough bourbon left for the bars afterwards. Finish up most of the bottle, leave a couple capsules.
Yeah.
It's bourbon, brownie batter, sand, brownie batter.
Right.
It's just bourbon.
Bourbon and tears of disappointment. And then do we put this in a pan?
Yes, eventually all this gets poured in a 13x9 pan.
Okay.
And then thrown in the oven for, I think, 12 to 15 minutes roughly.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, we still have another round of ingredients to go. Now the eggs are in. Now we need the flour, salt, and the baking powder.
There you go.
Yes, perfect. Okay, so 3/4 cup of this.
3/4 cup of the flour?
Of the flour, yep.
So do you bake often, Kyle?
Not as often as I'd like.
Okay, that's good.
Do have a couple good old family recipes that I need to start pulling out of the shelf, pulling off of the shelf, and making again.
Is this one of them? It's one of your family recipes?
This is one of them. I'm not sure where this actually came from my aunt. She started making in the 80s. I'm not sure where she got it from. But there are a couple of recipes like that in my family. Not sure where they initially came from, but they've just, everybody's kind of used to them. Everybody's made them. Been brought to family gatherings. So
she had extra bourbon and she just wanted to do something.
She spilled some bourbon.
How can I incorporate booze
She built her
into all parts of my life?
Exactly. All right, so that's the half.
This is a half?
Yep. So you need a half and then another quarter.
They make these bags so like they want you to just spill everywhere.
Oh, then you have to buy more.
Well, typically more people have them in like out of jars. They move them to actual professional flour.
Nobody has that joke. That's a Crate and Barrel ad. Oh, you know?
Yeah.
There you go.
And how much baking powder?
1/4 teaspoon. All right, there we go. That.
It's so funny how something of such small quantity, right?
1/4 teaspoon salt.
Stature.
Yeah, there you go.
Something wrong with being short.
Not like short guys.
Good things come in small packages.
Easier to kidnap. The tall ones are hard to shove into the trunk.
Speaking of kidnap, I haven't seen. Do you have a basement? Maybe I shouldn't go down there.
But you know of.
Don't tell people. Now no one will come over.
You just have a cargo bin of like sex swings now.
Yeah.
All springs.
Yeah. I'm just like, oh, smell this towel.
It's like chloroform.
Take some deep breaths.
Okay, I've been hearing people talk about chloroform way too much the past 24 hours.
Oh, wait, what?
Oh, the friends I was drinking with Friday night, they were joking about, oh, I got a bottle of chloroform in my pocket.
We know what circles he wants in.
I've seen some kinky circles.
That's cool too. A little kink sometimes.
As long as it's all consensual.
Yeah, I know.
As long as you agree to be knocked out first.
Look,
I agree to be knocked out and locked in a closet. This is looking pretty good. I think it's ready for the pan.
Sweet. So, do you do like one of those non-stick ones or like the glass pouringware?
You can use either actually. You know, of course, sometimes the glass conducts the heat better, so you want to turn the temperature down on it a little bit.
Okay.
Want to like grease it or put parchment paper in?
Yes. You do want to grease it.
Just slams right in.
That's the whole idea.
We don't know about that.
That should probably be pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah, but a 13x9, the first layer is not going to be very deep, so, because of course we've got 2 more layers to put on top of it.
Oh, no, not very deep. I think Lawrence is disappointed.
Oh,
La 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 la.
right? Get it right in there.
Go ahead and preheat to 325. Now we'll go ahead and pour this in the pan.
It smells really good. I mean, it's chocolate.
Chocolate, sugar, butter, it's all
the good things in life. All the good things in life. Sprinkle some nuts. Just eat it by the spoonful.
I don't really like nuts.
See? Joe doesn't like nuts. BTB world.
What have I got myself into?
You volunteered.
True.
With the corn.
Yes, I did.
With the yeah, that's how he got here.
I already signed the release. There's no way out. I
With the
really
chloroform.
should.
It's so shiny. Looks great.
That's all the butter and sugar. That's
Right?
all the magic.
Right? Oh, thorough you are. This
I
one would
get
just
every
be like,
last little bit of chocolate.
done. No, he'd be like scraping it off with his finger and
Link
like
like
eating
tongue.
it.
Oh.
You'd be like that. You'd be like that. You watch that movie Matilda?
Oh, yeah.
That chubby kid. He's got all like the
Oh, yeah,
eats the giant cake.
Oh, I was so jealous.
Yum.
There we go.
Yum.
That is ready for bake.
So first layer is done. So
Yep.
bake this.
Yep, bake this for about, again, depends upon the kind of pan you're using and also, the temperature of the oven. Probably 300 for a glass pan, about 325 for something like this. So 12, 15, 20 minutes. Just importantly, just check on it while it cooks.
Perfect.
Because
Yeah.
every oven has variety to it.
As we have a weird oven. It's like one of those double ones.
Oh,
the top
okay,
one's like
okay.
that big.
Okay.
So we gotta watch it. All right, so we're gonna bake this and then we'll be right back. All right.
So now we took it out of the oven. So the next step
Yep.
is now to add the bourbon.
Yes, and then we let it cool. So,
Or whiskey or scotch. Apparently they're the same thing. Just by geography, they're named different things.
one, just kind of sprinkle it around.
Imagine it's like a to taste thing. So however much bourbon.
True. Yeah, if you're not a big fan of bourbon, could do less. If you love the bourbon, just half the bottle.
Yeah. Glug, glug.
At least whatever you did drink while you were making the
Yeah, there you go. This should be like at least keep half.
Yeah.
Don't drink it all.
Yep, so now we're done with that. Now we can let it cool. If you want, you can let it air cool. Otherwise, to make it quick, you can just put it in the fridge. Take about 15-20 minutes and it should cool to a point where we can put the second layer on top of it.
Sweet.
Excellent.
All right. Or a blast chiller.
So while the first layer is in the oven, you can go ahead and start pre-making the second layer, which is essentially going to be a sort of mint cream frosting.
Yeah.
And then it's just ready for whenever the first layer is cooled and you can apply. So for the second layer, we want to use 1 cup of butter, 2 cups of powdered or confectioner sugar, green food coloring to whatever your preference is for whatever shade of green you want for this, and then between half a teaspoon to 1 teaspoon of mint flavoring. Again, flavor to taste. Depends upon how much you like mint or not.
Excellent.
We'll start with the butter.
And then 2 cups.
I'll do a little bit of food coloring to start.
Of powdered sugar.
Start off with a half teaspoon of mint, and we can always taste test it afterwards after mixing to see if we want to add more mint. It's good to start with a half.
Yeah, you don't want to be like crying. These things are really strong, so be mindful of how much you're putting in. Right?
But again, conversely, it also has to compete with how much bourbon you put in the bar. So again, it's flavors competing with each other, just kind of whatever works together. If you didn't put in too much bourbon, maybe a little bit lighter on the mint.
Then you made a mistake. You didn't put enough bourbon.
You drank too much of it while cooking.
All right, so we're gonna mix this. You guys don't want to hear this for 5 minutes, and then we'll come back. All right, so he's mixing it right now, just kind of finishing it up, and then we gotta refrigerate this, keep it cool, so that when you pour the top layer on.
Yep, we apply it to the top of the first layer, and then we put it back in the fridge to cool, so that when we put the third layer on, which is going to be a melted chocolate layer, it's going to be a little hot. You put it right on top of this butter and sugar layer, it's going to melt it. So we want to make sure that it's cool enough that it can take the top layer without ruining the middle layer.
There you go. The science.
Mm-hmm.
Science.
Pretty good. Probably do just a little bit more. A little bit more in it.
Oh yeah, I do a little more mint. Fun fact.
We'll see. I'll be the judge on that.
Okay. So, green eggs and ham, since we're... So the reason he wrote that book was because his publicist said, I bet you $100 you can't write a book using less than 50 words. And he's like, oh, really? So he wrote green eggs and ham.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Looks
That's
good.
I think that's ready.
Sweet. Look at this.
Excellent.
Delicious.
I love the color.
I know.
Yeah.
Right? Alright, so we refrigerate this guy.
We take out the first layer.
Oh, okay. Right.
We apply it to the first layer, and then we go ahead and refrigerate it.
Yes. Don't let Joe do this.
No.
There's no finesse. I will not be responsible.
Try to make sure you just fucked it up.
This is literally going to be watched by tens of people.
We're in the hundreds now.
Okay, so now we've applied the second layer to the cake. So now it's time for the third layer, which is going to be the melted chocolate top layer. So for that, you're going to need 1 cup of chocolate chips and 3 tablespoons of butter. We'll melt it together in a saucepan. Once it's warm enough, you sprinkle it over the bottom layer, and that should be it. You let it cool, and you're good to go.
Oh, sweet. So we're going to melt this bad boy, pour it on, and then show you. All right, chocolate's melted.
All right, chocolate's melted, so now time to apply that as the final layer. You all have health insurance if you had been in emergency room, right?
Yes. I just had my checkup, so I'm okay.
I got my last shot. So.
I do not have diabetes or cholesterol.
Oh, look at you go.
I just have blood pressure.
Oh.
Join the club.
Yeah. You know, that one right there. All right, so anyways, we're done.
As you get older, the talk of your conversation starts changing.
Right?
Of course.
Rather than, oh, I just blew some dude last night. Now it's like, oh, my blood pressure's pretty good.
Yeah, exactly. My liver is a little achy from all the alcohol.
Have some more.
Well, by the time you need a new liver, it'll be all 3D printed anyway. So
I know. So we're done. We're gonna eat these. I'm super excited.
oh my god,
That's really good.
and it does. It tastes like a Annie's mint. Like really good.
With a little bourbon mixed in.
Oh my god.
I could definitely stand for more bourbon. This is really good though.
It's actually really fantastic. It's really good.
Shout out to my Aunt Heather for these.
Oh.
Thanks, Aunt Heather.
Or as we call her, Fred. Don't ask.
Fred.
Term of effect, term of endearment.
Okay. That sounds like it's a funny story. This is good.
Yeah, very
I make
tasty.
these all the time.
Yeah.
I love mint desserts.
Yep. And again, it's one of these things that you can flavor to taste. If you like a lot of mint, you can put in more. If you like less, put in less. Same thing for the bourbon. Very
Yeah.
customizable.
Awesome. Thanks for coming and making these for us.
No problem. My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Like us, follow us. Everyone's social media will be linked down below. We'll splash your IG across.
So just in case it becomes a St. Patrick's Day episode, Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Happy St. Patty's.
Happy St. Patty's Day. Have some alcohol.
Yeah, have some alcohol, some green. Luck o' the Irish. Right? Yeah. All right. So once again, thank you very much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you want to be on the show, you know, get a hold of us. Right? Yeah, it was good times.
Yeah,
All right.
of course.
I know. All right. Thanks.
Thank you, Carl. Thank you, Rihanna. Thank you.
Thank you.
thank
Thank
you.
you guys for having me.
Absolutely. Yeah. Anytime. All right. Bye, guys.